Well, it's currently 5:43 p.m. As of the time of filming this video, it's still June 4th and shit, so yeah. And right now, my mind just feels lost. I feel broken right now. Like I'm once again having left to feel all these weird, complicated feelings, and basically, just feeling, so just done with it all. I'm tired. I'm tired of it all, of this. I don't really know. I don't want to say too much. I know I probably already said enough with like the first video that I filmed earlier today and the video that I filmed, or like that I was filming earlier back when my phone fucking died. And so like, yeah, I also feel very tired. Like I feel like I got sleep, I got sleep obviously today, right? From like last night, or like being awake too long, but like I don't really know. My eyes hurt. My eyes feel dry. My eyes really feel dry, honestly. I don't know if my eyes are dry or what, but I take eye drops now. Or at least I have to have been for the past few months. But then my eye surgeon was like, "Oh, you can stop taking them now." But there are some moments where I feel like I do need to take them again to like help soothe like the pressure or pain or tension in my eyes. I don't really know. Sorry, what? Shit, I hope something personal wasn't just wasn't caught on camera right now. Sorry. But yeah, back to the thing I was talking about earlier was that like another things I want to talk about too is that like the internet just, I know that I like back when I was trying to say before, but like it feels like the internet like it did like raise me in terms of like teaching me like I guess like key life lessons sometimes. I don't really know. But also, like at the same time, it feels like, like the internet did like basically give me my sense of humor from like back then, like years ago. But it also gave me like some fucked up sense of humor, I feel like. It also gave me like the wrong sense of humor back then, giving me like different signals of messages or whatever, different things to pick up on, different new like words, slang, I guess, and like cultural like things to say, like, and like I think the word is like called etymology. I don't know, or like different like things to like say to people, or like like, and like with like the whole world now, like things have been like I think it's just getting worse. It really does feel like it's getting worse, and like I'm sorry if you guys hear the fan in the background and if it's bothering you guys. I'm just so nervous right now, and my mind feels like I think I used the word before, but like I used the word before, but fragmented. I don't know. I feel very vulnerable right now, and I'm being very vulnerable right now. Like I can't. At least I feel like I am. Why the fuck did I decide to use the opposite camera for this shit? Or like holding my phone the opposite way? God damn it. Yeah. Should have used the opposite fucking. Nope, can't do that. Fuck me, I guess. Nope, that's not gonna. Is that gonna? Shit. Is this gonna work? Hold on, wait. I'm sorry. I'm covering the camera. Is that all right? I don't know, but yeah. Anyways, yeah. So basically, I feel like the internet. Basically, like I forgot about the internet has forgotten about me, but I guess in more simple terms, I forgot about the internet back then, because like so many like hateful shit was like being sent to me on like and like recommended to me back then. Like just like so much garbage on the internet. Like there was like I remember shock videos back then, just horrible, terrifying stuff, scary videos, like montages of like horrible like scary videos, gore videos, and like just like weird shit you would see all the time, and like I didn't really know any better, so like yeah, like I would just and like I'm so sorry if this video also is going to be out of like place again or just feel like it is like it's just like all over the place. I imagine it's gonna be, but yeah. I cracked my fingers. Hold on. By the way, I am home alone currently, and before anyone asks, yes, I did. I know probably nobody was probably gonna volunteer asking, but like yes, I did actually take my medication before, and I don't even know. I don't know if the camera's filming me from like a good angle, or if this is like just being like filmed at like a decent angle or not. But like, oh, I feel so fucking tired. I don't know. Yeah, I know the internet sucks now. Probably the YouTube has changed. You know, it really has been changing and going through a lot. Whether it's for the better or for the worse, I don't know. I'm sorry about the lighting in this room. It's if it, like just like probably being like dark in this room and like the bit rate or like quality of the video probably being like shitty. God, I feel like nervous. Like it's hard to breathe. And also, yeah. I'm tired. And like I just seen like so many horrible prank videos in the past few years, like people pretending to like I remember there was like so many horrible fucking viral trends that still just don't feel right. Like it's just not right. Like to me, it probably shouldn't be right to anybody, but as people, we watch that shit. Like people like just like breaking shit. I'm not sure if it was like a prank video or like what, but like there was like prank videos where like people would like freak people out by scaring them or like I remember some stupid fucking trend like it was like called like oh deleting my boyfriend or partner's video game save file. I think it was like NBA or WWE or like 2K, you know those video games that release every year. I'm not really into that shit, but my friends were into it, but I mean the only one I really got into was WWE. I think now if I'm remembering, yeah, it was the what am I talking about? It was the deleting my boyfriend's NBA game files or like create my player or create a player or I don't know, some fucking bullshit. But like there were also so many other like is this still filming? Fuck, sorry, the room is messy. Ugh. But there was just so much like garbage on YouTube, like people tasing each other, people like pretending like they were gonna kill themselves, people pretending like they were just like suicidal. There was like suicide challenges. There was the Tide Pod challenge. There was like the Benadryl challenge, which is like what the fuck, bitch. I know the Benadryl challenge is like more recent. There was like what was it? There was like the cheating on my girlfriend prank, cheating on my freaking I don't know like husband, boyfriend, cheating on my girlfriend, cheating on my wife prank, and now that's just become like a standard for the disconnect between like I feel like human emotions and like just like basically making people feel like shit for like some stupid fucking YouTube video just to get likes, just to get fucking oh LOL comments, just to get like oh this is so comments being like oh this is so funny, oh you're so great, oh this is hilarious, oh can't wait for more content like this. Like no. And with other YouTubers that have like basically like cultivated like an audience of just like shitty behavior or like basically giving people like props or like uplifting people that are just like crappy people. I don't know. I don't like it. It just doesn't feel right. But then again, at some point, I feel like I was contributing to like this problem because back then, like I was a little kid, you know, like we were. I can't speak for everyone, but I can only speak for like myself. But as a kid, we ate that shit. Like I ate that shit up. I basically consumed this type of media all the time, and like, you know, people now they love that shit. They eat that shit up. Like how many like fucking times you would see like on like Instagram or on X or well, Twitter as it used to be called, or like you know on like like on YouTube. Well, even though like certain platforms have changed and like I don't know like the rules of YouTube now. I don't really like because like when you're a kid you don't really like read the terms of service of shit like that. But like there's so much like garbage here on the internet. And like the what really started me feeling like upset was because like I saw a prank video, right? Of like some guy apparently hiring a professional person that does interventions, right? An interventionist or intervention person to like play like it was basically like a prank video on some guy, right? That's not even an alcoholic like at all. Like the video was framed as like like apparently like this guy is like, oh, he drink like every year they get together and they watch the Star Wars movies and just get drunk and they go out and have like a fun night of drinking. But what really just like disgusted me in this prank was that like apparently like the intervention woman didn't even fucking know that this was a prank. So not only did this bitch, this stupid fucking disgusting comedian, right, basically just torturing his friend, right, making him like denying his reality. That motherfucker hired actors to play like the family members of the apparent drunk alcoholic prank. And like basically the family members were saying shit like, oh, I don't know you anymore. A big brother's not supposed to be a little brother to a big sister, or like, you're not supposed to be acting like you're like the bigger sister to your little brother, and so much fake bullshit advice. Sorry. Sorry. But like just so much fake bullshit advice, especially because like this was considered a prank, but at no point in the video was it ever like I don't remember this video that much or that well, but I specifically do not remember at any point in this fucking video, not once. Okay, let me repeat that again. Not once was it ever made clear to this fucking guy that this was a prank. So it's like, what the fuck was the point? Just to get him to admit that he has a problem and that he's a fucking alcoholic when he's literally not even considered one? Like, I've had family members who've done drinking before, right? And I've had, like, done alcohol in the past. And, like, I've seen, like, the effects from, like, my family members, right? Or, like, we've seen like people like there's like, oh, haha funny moments of like, oh, there's like drunk people compilations, there's like, oh, like 5 minutes of like America's Funny Home Videos or whatever the fuck of just people being drunk, or like drunk pranks, or like people pretending to drink. And it's like I didn't want to like I didn't know back then, but like I had a friend, right? And I don't know if he's gonna watch this video or not, but like I had a friend who like apparently like back then told me he was like that he was like drinking, and then like, or that he had like that he liked to drink, and like I was like, okay, yeah, whatever, sure, like I don't really do it, but like it's like it is what it is, like he's an adult, I'm an adult, we're both grown people, and like whatever he does in his personal time and personal life is not my business, because he's not like hurting anyone. But then I reconnected with this guy years later, and he told me that apparently his drinking got so bad that he was in the fucking hospital because of it. Apparently he had some physical problems, or like physical reactions to the drinking. I don't want to say too much, but yeah, it's fucking sad, it's really like, it's like emotional, and I remember years later, like apparently like, like I remember like before, like I was remembering that like I've seen videos of like people that like, for example, Drew Monson, the guy that was in like the Shane Dawson videos, or like he was like friends with Shane Dawson at one point, right? Like I know, and I still haven't processed his cancellation. Like I said, it feels like I said before, time and time again, like in these 3 videos, or like in these past 3 videos, like I feel like the internet did raise me, but at some point I just, like, I either it gave up on me or I gave up on it. But then again, I was going through some shit back then. But yeah, so I stopped paying attention and I tuned out, like, post pandemic, or like during the pandemic of like the coronavirus and like the 2020 like coronavirus shit going on. Yeah, and that was like a really bad time for me mentally in terms of like mental health. But yeah, anyways, I saw like a video of like Drew Monson, like the guy with the long hair who like makes music, and like he said that apparently like I didn't know what the video was about, but it was like a video that came out, I think, like what it was like 2023 or 2024, and like it was like a few years ago, and this was before I reconnected with my friend, right? And I remember in this video, like Drew Monson said that he was like he admitted on like it was called, I don't know what it was called. I'll probably put up like a title or a video, but it was called my side of things, or it was called like addressing things. If you know, you know. Like if you know Drew Monson, like I didn't keep up with him, like, but like I remember watching like funny videos of Shane Dawson back then, or like quote Shane Dawson funny moments, or like the vlog squad of Shane Dawson, like Shane Dawson's vlogs funniest moments or whatever. And then after he got canceled, like it was sad, and then like I would rewatch these videos, like I would watch these videos and rewatch them through like, okay, like the lens of like, okay, now people like like I found out something called like people apparently now have general opinions, and like that's called like a consensus. So like apparently now, I'm not sure what the general consensus on Shane Dawson is, but like people like he was accused of some like really horrible shit back then on Twitter, and like YouTubers made like deep dive videos, expose videos. I remember there was like one YouTuber who like made like an hour long video, or like a 2 hour, like 3 hour long video about him, and like the fake bullshit that he was a part of, and like basically like trying to like say that, oh, he's not really an empath, or like that he's not really like he's basically abusing his platform, the racism, the allegations, all of it. It was a lot. And man, I just remember like years later, like when Drew Monson, or apparently it's Munson, I don't know his last name, but it was like basically Drew Monson coming up on camera, and it wasn't really a video about addressing Shane Dawson. It was about like him talking about how like he struggles, and like for the past few years he's been struggling with alcohol, like drinking, and struggling with marijuana, like vaping, like weed, and also pills apparently. Like he literally like he started the video out by like joking around, like putting up some funny jokes about like SpongeBob jokes, I don't remember. And like then he like he then said, okay, he said something like, okay, the truth is I am a drug addict and an alcoholic. And he mentioned time and time, like he mentioned before, like on video, like well in this video he talked about how like he would be blackout drunk. He would basically now remember videos that he filmed. He would remember like getting high and like watching videos called like, oh, watch these videos while you're high, or like videos to watch when you're high, or like these videos are like he would basically watch videos when he would get high. And it's like, dude, like I remember like my own personal struggles with like marijuana and weed, and like I don't think I was addicted to it, but I know I did fuck up like a lot when I was high on weed. And I don't want to talk about that. But anyways, I don't want to go into I don't want to go into I don't want to go into my medical history, but like I don't really know, but like yeah, I don't want to also go into like my drug use history. I mean, you see this is a fucking vape of like nicotine. It's not weed. I don't do weed. I don't do that shit no more. But the reason I bring this up is because Drew Monson said that like he would struggle with alcohol and drugs and like pills and like weed and drinking, and like basically the general like opinion that people like so many people were like sympathetic to him, because like there were also people in the comments that opened up about their own experiences with family members that were drug addicts, that were alcoholics, or that were in difficult situations but then got sober and clean, right? and it just got me like all of that situation, like from Drew Monson like struggling with basically like drinking like White Claws and like whatever, like beer and Truly or whatever. I would have to pull up the video, but then again, like I don't like editing my vlogs or videos. But you probably know what I'm talking about if you remember that video, and if you remember the Shane Dawson circle of people and friends and fans. It was a wild time. But yeah, that video came out of like Drew Monson talking about his like addictions and his struggle with addiction, like years after, a few couple like maybe like 2 or 3 years after the cancellation of Shane Dawson. I'm still not over it, over all of it, honestly. Like, and it's like, it just goes to show you that you truly do not know, like, what the fuck is happening in the world right now. People could be struggling with, like, whatever bullshit that, and I say bullshit, you know, not to be insulting, but just to, like, tell you that to them, like, especially to me, like, back then, like, it just feels so fucking just, like, unfair and horrible. Like, why can't somebody see that I'm, like, for me personally, back when my struggles or like my trauma or pain back then, it was like, why can't people see that I'm struggling and that I need help, or that I want someone to like ask me like, or like check in on me and be like, hey, so like what's going on? Like, what's going on with you, man? Like, you alright, sis, or something? Like, I don't fucking know. Like, just shit like that. Like people being like, you good, bro, and like not feeling like, or like people just showing genuine basic care and understanding that doesn't feel like forced, like in hindsight, or just like that just doesn't feel like it's coming out of a place of like moral superiority because the people are not struggling themselves, or they witness me struggling and they just see the aftermath of it all. But it's more to it. It's like multiple levels to this shit. It's multi-layered, you know. It's like multifaceted. Is that the right word? I don't fucking know, but yeah. So like seeing this one guy on YouTube just like treating like addiction as if it's like a fucking joke. It's like, really, like, dude, I hate to ask this question because like it feels so fucking toxic, especially based on like the internet as a whole. But it's like, what is wrong with you, dude? Like, seriously, the fuck is wrong with you? Like, seriously, what is wrong with you? I'm genuinely asking, like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, you probably never experienced alcohol addiction, or you've probably never even like considered like the like, yeah, whatever, I'm filming, bitch. What a fucking bitch. Yeah, but like, you probably never experienced like what a fucking bitch. Now my fucking video feels ruined, bitch. Like, you've probably never had a bad day in your life. You've probably never fucking like experienced drug abuse in your family and in your life, or in your like, you never probably been addicted to anything, right? And yet here your stupid unfunny self comes and like portrays addiction as something to be laughed at, all the while manipulating someone and controlling the situation around you. Like, there was fucking comments saying like, oh, this is gaslighting's final boss, emotional manipulation 100%, or like gaslighting final boss 99%, 100%, or like, dude, like, and like people say like, oh, this just goes to show you how like rumors and like accusations and allegations can, and like social experiments, or like something about how like this comment was like, oh, this is like a social experiment where like no matter what you say, you're the bad guy, basically. That's just the general like vibe I got from the comment, like, and like such like stuff like that, because it was true though. Like, the guy in the comments, like on like this YouTube like version, like on this YouTube video, like it was like a fucking shortened version of it, like, and he was like, oh, no matter what this dude was gonna say, he was an alcoholic. And like, literally, like in the video, the guy was basically saying that, dude, I literally don't know these people. That's a quote from the Prasanos, or no, not the Prasanos, which it's stupid. Basically, quoting shit from the Sopranos that apparently the alcoholic watched, or like binge watched, or like was a fan of. And it's like, dude, really, like, what is happening that shows the disconnect between like real, genuine human fucking understanding and just like playing shit off as like humor or like a joke? And it goes back to like apparently what I've seen, like, like I was about to say yesterday, but it's still June 4th. What the fuck? Basically, like people like taking like someone showing real, genuine emotion and just like dogpiling. I heard that word too. Like I also don't know what I don't know what a lot of shit means, but like I think like hold on, wait, sorry, I got a burp. Great, now I can't burp, but I feel like if I do, it's gonna accidentally be throw up. I feel something. Turn your ass into sorry, put this into normal mode. So it's less stronger. But yeah, basically, as I said in part one with Hazbin Hotel, like I've never seen the series, I've never seen the show. God, I'm just realizing now. Probably like there's probably like on camera. I don't know if like the camera angle's like capturing it, but there's like a bunch of random garbage and crap. Well, not like there's like random shit in this room. Uh, I'm probably a hoarder. My as I mentioned before, like in like in a past vlog, like my mom's like a hoarder, not a whore, a hoarder. Where like and maybe I accidentally take it upon that lifestyle too. But basically, like I know, like apparently, like showing real, genuine frustration and like showing like your real tears, right? Showing that you're crying, showing that you care, or basically just having a difference in opinion or having a different fucking like belief in someone, like you're like seen as like crazy or like they think you're over dramatic, they think you're playing up your view reaction for views, they think you're being ironic, which then creates people bullying you and just treating you like shit for just being real and honest and open, or potentially like relating to something that like they don't fucking understand. Like I literally like I've seen a creator right on YouTube right react to Has Been Hotel, right, and this was back when like not in 2019, right, back in 2024 when like it got like a bunch of hate from like Christians saying that, oh, stuff like, oh, why is Charlie's first like test subject as a redeemed sinner a homosexual gay porn star. Like people take Has Been Hotel so seriously, either on like both sides of the fandom, but like I genuinely felt sorry for like this queer creator, right? I'm like people were like I'm not sure if she's a woman. I think she uses, and I say she like I think their name is Morgan Reacts, and I think they go by the they like he him they them pronouns or he they. So like if I call them if I use she her pronouns with them, like it's not out of malicious intent. It's just because like my mind right now like just like as I said before, my mind feels just so fucking like fucked. My mind feels fucked up right now. So basically like so basically like I've seen people like back then like creating like funny like memes of like, oh, people are genuinely crying over a show about people in hell and like, oh, they're in hell, what do you expect, saying stuff like, oh, they're already in hell, like they live their life, they're like basically like dogpiling or like treating the creators of the no, not the creators, I'm sorry, no, well actually I'm no treating like the people who react to this show and get emotional to it like they're just stupid, or like that like they're overreacting, or like they have no fucking business getting emotional to something that is basically like people showing genuine care and love and interest for something, like they get seen as like cringe, or like just being open, honest, and real and showing your true genuine self is like considered like bad these days. And apparently there was a resurgence in like Morgan, like in their like reaction. Apparently I didn't even know this, but like I've seen comments saying like, oh, no, Angel, don't blame yourself. And I was like, what the fuck is that? And I was like, I asked Google, like, what is this about? What does this mean? What does it mean? And like apparently people on TikTok are now like since last month, like they're basically bullying Morgan. They're bullying them for genuinely showing like care and empathy for a character of sexual abuse and sexual violence, right? And like I get it, like it's in the context of like like an adult show, right? But Has Been Hotel is obviously not for kids. And what it's not like some sort of Sunday school lecture. It's not supposed to be like a commentary on. I don't know if it's like a commentary on Christianity. It's just like a show made by some independent artist or like indie animation artist that then got traction apparently from A24 and picked up by Amazon Prime. And apparently season 2 has been out for like, like a few months now. Like I saw that like, like last month, and like, no, I not only did I see like season 2 came out like season 1 or so. Hazbin Hotel, the pilot 2019. That shit came out 2019 as like a concept by Vivian Madrano or Vivzy Pop. Then like within like the creations of like comics and stuff, there was like a bunch of music for it, fan dubs of comics, comic dubs, like comics being created. There was like a lot of like shipping going on within the fandom, as fandoms do. Like I've seen that shit with Pokemon, and like I remember growing up I also saw like like cosplay sketches of like like stuff for like Pokemon. Like remember Pokemon Pals? That shit was dope. Too bad that series ended years ago on like what felt like a cliffhanger. Wish that shit would have kept going. But yeah, there was like also like there was like Naru Sasu stuff, which is like apparently like the ship between in like the Naruto fandom of like Naruto and Sasuke, or like Naruto X Sasuke. There was stuff like like stuff between like uh a series called Homestuck, which I feel like that's a deep reference and a deep cut too, because like I never really like understood like what Homestuck was. I just seen like comics and like comic dubs and like sketches of it on YouTube of people like dressed up as the characters like doing cosplay, and like I loved that shit growing up. I ate that shit up too. And like good and damn well like shit like that was probably seen as cringe to like so many people and to like the masses, because like, and also I hate to say this, but I feel like I'm just a tourist, because even with like the Homestuck pilot of like the animated cartoon of like what the fucking like whatever it was, like an animation by apparently the same creator of Hazbin Hotel and Hell of a Boss, Vivzy Pop, she said that like she said that she was working on something like years ago, and I'm not sure if it was like this year or last year, but like a pilot episode for like a potential like Homestuck like mini series came out, and like apparently it was dubbed by the same guy who created the Undertale and Deltarune video games. And man, I love that shit. None of my friends ever really cared for like from like childhood or like high school. They didn't really care for like those like different worlds of like fandoms like Undertale and Deltarune. So yeah. But like basically I say this to say that like I know like within cultures of like different people, whether they're like queer or neurodivergent, or like like whether they're straight or gay, or like fat, skinny, short, tall, different, like they have, or like if they're like they have disabilities, whether they're mental or physical. Like I know people sometimes make it hard to like not, like I understand like there's probably so many people in like different internet spaces that are probably just like, I hate to say this word, especially because it just like it seems like so like offensive like in today's climate, but like people acting crazy, right? Like people just like acting like gross and saying like mean shit, like evil, like mean spirited stuff, right? Without genuine care for other people. But at the same time, like what? Like so, like people like just being like, like I'm trying to like get my back on my train of thought. Like people posting like content, right? That seem like, I don't know if it's like, you don't know if it's like genuine or not, or if it's like ironic or not. But like people look at that and see like, okay, is this like, they don't stop to think, okay, like is this person being serious, or is this part of like a bigger like issue for themselves, or like is it part of like a fandom thing? But like then again, there's so many people that call other people tourists and say that, oh, anime tourism is a problem, but really they're just talking about like new generation fans for like classic stuff, or like for the newer stuff that don't really appreciate that. To them, they don't appreciate, to the older fans, they don't appreciate the older stuff. It's like the shit with anime, like I haven't seen so much anime. I really don't watch anime. Like if I'm being honest, like I only watch Pokemon and like the Indigo League, but like that was such like a specific time from my childhood, because I didn't really have a great childhood. Like if you had a great childhood, good for you, but like me personally, I really did not. What if you still going on? Oh no. What? Sorry. But yeah, like just like horrible years in my life, and I wanted an escape, and like I found it through like cartoons and like stuff like that, and then like I know like I just don't like I don't agree like me personally I don't agree with like this like toxic like like it's so many people like it's literally like what Black Nerd Comedy said. It's like so many people like people posting their like it was in like a video series where he like critiqued like every worst thing about like the year. He doesn't do it anymore, but he said like, "Oh, we spend much more time talking about a movie, show, or video game than we spend more time talking about a movie, show, or video game than actually talking about what we've seen in the movie, TV show, or video game, or something like it." I think he said something about like how like oh, we post all of our fan reactions, you know, thoughts, and like people talking about stuff about the fandom. Like we spend more time talking about a video game, movie, or TV show than we spend more time talking about it rather than actually like watching or like like spending time reacting to like or like actually getting involved with the movie, TV show, or video game. Like, you know, does that make sense? Like, and I'm just asking that for myself. Like, does that make sense? Like, because to me it does. Like, does that make sense to you? Like, we spend so much time like, you know, speculating and like he's got a point. You know, like from that video series, like we spend so much time critiquing things and like nitpicking things and just like having breakdowns and analysis and recap videos before we get the chance to even probably watch something ourselves. And maybe it goes back to what this culture is about now, like spoiling shit. People want to be the first to, and that's another thing that pisses me off. People just like spoil things before someone else has the chance to do shit. Like I already know how Hazbin Hotel season 2 ends before I even seen the fucking show, and it's like I wanted to like I would have loved to like you know like and apparently season 3 is coming out, and then like there's also like you know like Hell of a Boss 2, like you know with Brandon Rogers as like the main cast, and you know like as the character Blitzo, like, and I don't know, like there's like it's called the Helliverse, like that world, like a fictional hell universe. And like there's also other fandoms too, like other things that I don't know going on in this world about like something called the amazing digital circus, and like people saying that like the fandom is toxic too, and like apparently there was gonna be a movie, or like the last episode is an hour long, and like I don't know much about that world, but I do know that apparently like one of the voice actors apparently did the voice for like you know that character Angel Dust that I showed the plushie of. Like I don't know.